Sir, that's close enough. Do not approach the checkpoint.
What's going on? Why am I the one being questioned? I just escaped from a raid on Tarsus.
Let the WTO handle this disturbance. Just answer my questions. Who do you work for? All non-Enclave workers must leave the area until security can be restored.
That's one of them.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, you can pass, but you're instructed to report immediately to Chief Morgan at the WTO air terminal.
Is something wrong?
Just move along so we can seal off the area.
You'll be safe in the WTO Enclave. Whatever you do, don't go down the inclinator into Lower Seattle. The Order terrorists are strong there.
Why me? Are you sure you've got the right person?
I just spot faces. They didn't tell me what you did.
I'm sure Chief Morgan knows what she's doing.
What do you mean? I didn't do anything.
Tell it to the Chief.
Yeah, tell it to the Chief.
I said, tell it to the Chief.
You've gotten past the checkpoint. Good. Now forget everything those troopers just said. I trust the WTO about as much as I now trust Tarsus. If you need further proof of the program's duplicity, you should stop by Nassif's apartment. I got the address when I broke into her office. Apartment 2224, Emerald Suites. I'm transmitting a map of the complex to you now.
Get out of Upper Seattle while you can. The WTO could decide to arrest you at any moment. You can reach the lower districts via the inclinator at the northwest corner of the Enclave.
My business plan didn't have a column for acts of terror. Kinda messes with the Pecorino price point. At that, I charge almost double compared to Queequeg's Coffee in Lower Seattle. Why? Terrorism, taxes, rent.
I guess business is a little slow because of the terrorist attack down the block.
Could be. Clive here was just telling me about it. Tarsus Academy, right? Usually the Order goes after the inclinator.
Business is always about the same, since you asked. That's what I was saying. You can barely make a profit up here because of the high rent.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to pull so much volume if I had a branch in Lower Seattle. What's it to you?
Just curious. The Pequod's in my hometown was always packed.
Personally, I think it's about time Lower Seattle, Queequeg's Coffee in particular, got their own taste of terror.
I hear you. Have something specific in mind?
Not that I want to see anyone get hurt, but I'd pay to see someone break in and set fire to their inventory of coffee beans.
Nice.
That's arson.
Very perceptive. If you look like one of those Tarsus kids who hang around here, they do the job, maybe just lob a grenade in there or something. Interested in a little adventure?
I'd have to think about it.
The Queequeg's manager lives in apartment 21 of the Heron's Loft building. I bet you could find the code to the shop there. Careful, though. He's always loafing around at home, since he doesn't have to do the 24-hour shtick like us. If you're half the operative...
Just checking up on my investment.
A new face of hate. They call themselves the Knights Templar, and claim to be descended from Shudapan and the Temple of Solomon.
Citizens, we have been accused of over-engineering our economy. Well, this is the legacy we inherited from J.C. Denton. J.C. Denton, the solitary criminal mind that precipitated the Great Collapse and showed us just how fragile the old system was. Not how it was, just a rumor. No. ground at Area 51 that he was not working for the United Nations, and in fact that there never was a global terror network. He acted alone. Even the recent Chicago disaster pales in
Trying to brainwash more mercenaries?
How do you mean?
I'm talking about the attack on Tarsus. Is that what you do when people won't listen to your sermons? You murder them?
Brother Lamar spoke to me when he entered the Enclave. He and his Seekers are sworn followers of Her Holiness. They would raise their hands in battle only if provoked.
Go back to preaching your nonsense. I have no time for this.
May Her Holiness watch over you. Once I was like you, mindlessly consuming, but you've always felt something was missing. Join the Order and let Her Holiness help you find it. Your life is out of balance, too focused on objects and opposition. Shed the fear and greed that drives you.
Survey region clear.
Is waiting for you. She will help you in the search. You have been conditioned by this society. You suffer from the silence. You were too attached.
New fare.
5 times the old one.
5 times? That's quite an increase.
Uh-huh.
Don't WTO policies discourage price fluctuations?
Huh?
You know, the zoning rules, licensing procedures, the constant monitoring of markets. A 5-fold price hike is pretty unusual.
Well, I'm not too political.
You trying to make a quick buck or something?
No, man. Lay off that script. I'm just selling passes.
Take it easy.
Uh-huh.
Keep moving.
Processing. May you find the order you seek.
Hey, you, come here.
What for?
You live here? It's my first time topside. What's a good place to go shopping?
Easy, Red. Mr. P said to lay low.
You deaf? I said I want to get me a fly leather outfit like the one you're wearing.
Come on, man, back off. Well, every time we do a job, you gotta skits and get us all fired.
P said stand here. I'm standing here, and now I want to go shopping. Only thing is I can't afford the Phoebesville markup. That's where you come in.
You picked the wrong person to mug, punk.
Punk?
Hear that? He called Red a punk.
Maybe your grandpappy was a punk, but I bet you never fought a low-down, low-town scab like me.
What's the matter? Never learned to talk street?
I don't take it back, if that's what you mean.
Well, it's take it back or take back, Phoebe. Red ain't fooling. He's more scabland than a greasel pit fighter.
Would y'all just shut up and script some backup? I'm going in.
Time for business! Want a piece of me? Come on!
Fire in the hole!
Explosive detected. Response effective.
Watch it, buddy.
Authorized.
No crook gets through me.
May her holiness watch over and guide you. Her holiness is waiting for you. She will help you in this search.
Security must have caught whoever was poking around.
least.
It's over, man!
Surveillance failure. Take emergency measures.
Still got some fight left in me. Your disruption will no longer be tolerated.
Cause of death identified.
Security around here is falling apart.
Threat probability high.
Someone killed him! I'm going to settle this right now. I'm betting the coffee's going to be big once the nanotech boom gets rolling again.
Enemy
Those R&D guys are running late nights, bringing the numbers. Security around here is falling apart.
Target occluded. Threat probability high. Engagement unresolved. Archiving data. New file opened. Your actions will be recorded.
You have been conditioned by this society. You suffer from Vasana. You were too attached to the superficial and the material. Turn away from this false sense of self-imitation to know your truth.